Hello and welcome to Earth Unplugged. Today I'm taking on another cheap shot challenge, this time to build a basic camera trap and surveillance system to find out what our household pets are up to when they're home alone. So I've played it pretty safe so far on these camera challenges, but at last I get to play with a little bit more tech today and raise the bar. But as always, we'd love to see how you get on with this challenge. So if you do want to share your photographs with us, please do so on Earth Capture, and we'll put a link at the end of the film. There are 2 cats and a dog that live in this household, but there's some speculation the neighbour's cat might be letting itself in and making itself at home. So I've rigged up a little circuit with a camera pointing at the cat flap. I've got a magnet on the cat flap, and as that connects to here, that actually closes a switch which completes a circuit which is going around to a Raspberry Pi. If you haven't used a Raspberry Pi before, it's basically a really simple computer that you can program yourself, and we've programmed it to fire a camera every time that circuit's complete, which should capture the cat flap and anything coming through it. And if you want to see how any of that is wired, just pause the video now to see the blueprints. Otherwise, I think it's time for a test. One for the family album. Right, time to leave it to it and see who comes through. Right, it's time to review the footage and see if we've got any home invaders. The beautiful thing about the Raspberry Pi is actually it will download photographs to a micro SD within the computer, but it'll also upload them to the web for us, so that's what I've got here. So, first up, we've got Robbie the dog, just poking his head out there. A very speedy blur, that's Robbie again. Down here we've got the unmistakable behind of Molly the cat. She's also good news. And then last but not least we've got Sifa, the other cat. 2 cats, 1 dog, no home invaders. And the rig worked. Fantastic. So the next pet problem concerns the food. There's some suspicion that Robbie the dog has been eating the cat's food. So we've set up a new surveillance system, still using the Raspberry Pi, but now we've got a pressure pad. This costs about £8 on the World Wide Web, and it's dead simple. Basically, when the pressure pad is depressed, it should fire the Raspberry Pi to take a photograph. If you want to see the blueprints, pause it now. Otherwise, it's time to just sit back and wait. Right, well, something's been chowing down on the food, so it's time to check the footage. It's definitely fired. And that's the first one, is the test shot. So at least the pressure pad works. Oh, that's another nice successful shot. We got Molly the cat. Fair enough, it's her food. I suspected as much. Here is Robbie the dog eating Molly's food, and Molly's nowhere to be seen. So not only is he using the cat flap, he's also eating the cat's food. That's 2 missions down, 1 to go. Right, the final surveillance mission is to find out which pet is leaving fur on the sofa. When the family's home, the pet seems to stay on the floor. But when they go to work or school, someone is getting up on it. So I'm going to use a free app which basically turns my smartphone into a motion detector. There's a few apps like it on the market, like TrackView or iCam Spy, but I'm going to use one called ManyThing. It basically allows me to highlight a zone, in this case the sofa, and anything that moves in that area, it'll then trigger the camera and take a shot for me to review later. And just so I'm not photographing anything as the phone moves about on its own, I'm just going to put some clips in it to make a makeshift tripod to keep it really sturdy. And now we're good to go. Time to review the footage. And just as I thought, it's king of the household, Robbie the dog, sitting on the sofa while everyone's out, aren't you? But just goes to show the motion detecting worked. And I can't blame him, it is seriously comfortable. Remember, if you do try any of these tips, do it safely and then share your shots with us at Earth Capture. You can follow the link here. And we'll see you next time at Earth Unplugged.
Today I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes of some of our super slow motion films and hopefully give you a few tips so you can make some of your own.
So this adorable thing is an African pygmy hedgehog. So what we're hoping to do today is get them a little bit wet in a shower. Is that going to be all right for them?
Water doesn't hurt anybody, and a bit of a cleanse in between those quills is always going to be a good thing.
Right, well I think we should just give it a go.